This is CAA number 3, Historical Timeline by Catherine Mason. The Brown versus the Board of Education court case of 1954 was composed of 5 cases in total. The ruling of the case stated that the plaintiffs were deprived of the equal protection of the laws guaranteed by the 14th Amendment. This did not end segregation, but it did play a role in the civil rights movement in the years to follow. The Civil Rights Act was a big step in American history. This act was signed off by Lyndon B. Johnson. The act ended segregation in public places and banned employment discrimination on the basis of race, color, religion, sex, or national origin. This act changed America. The Elementary and Secondary Education Act of 1965 has now been replaced 8 times. This act was under President Lyndon B. Johnson's War on Poverty and equalized education even for those that were living in poverty. The president believed that children must have an education to become productive citizens of the United States of America. This resulted in states having a bigger role in the education policies and not just relying on the federal role. The Bilingual Education Act, as Title VII, was published by Texas Senator Ralph Saribo. It was written for the purpose of bilingual education programs to receive funding. This act did not define what bilingual education was and thus caused much confusion about what the funding should go to. A concern of this act was that the student's home language was not being used. The Equal Education Opportunities Act, EEOA, requires appropriate action to overcome language barriers that impede equal participation by its students in instructional programs. The EEOA banned discrimination against students, faculty, and staff. The Lau remedies come from the Lau versus Nickel case that was brought against the San Francisco Unified School District. Many Chinese students were failing not because they did not know the content, but because they did not understand the English language. The case stated, there is no equality of treatment merely by providing students with the same facilities, textbooks, teachers, and curriculum for students who do not understand English and are effectively foreclosed from any meaningful education. The California Proposition 227 of 1998 was drafted by Ron Unz and Gloria Mata Tuchman. This proposition was to put limitation on how long limited English proficiency (LEP) students were allowed to be in special classes. Once a student's English was proficient, they would be removed from any bilingual class. Proposition 203 of 2000 is also known as the English Language Education for Children in Public Schools Act. Students who are English learners will be in classrooms that use the student's native language minimally and will be submerged in the English language. The ideal time for students to participate in a program like this would be a year. The No Child Left Behind Act was signed by President George W. Bush in January of 2002. This act was an update on the Elementary and Secondary Education Act of 1965 that was signed by President Lyndon B. Johnson. The act required students to be tested in math and reading, and reports of the whole student body reported, as well as subgroups such as low-income families or English language learners, be individually reported. Under this act, teachers also had to be highly qualified to teach. The Race to the Top program was proposed under the Obama administration in 2009. This was used to encourage This was used for encouragement and competition for schools to improve their academics. Grants would be given to states and schools that put programs into place to improve students' education. This also had a focus on the students that were in high needs, such as English language learners.